wanna be a millionaire, your own form of superhero, have matters in your own hands, and get away from all the zeros. Will you listen to the plan and all that it demands? Well, here's your chance. Focus on the good things, nothing on the bad. Forget all your needs, focus on the task. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If they say you're a long shot, maybe you should pass. Well, look out at yourself, show them what you have. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If you believe in all that you see, there ain't no way that it stops with a dream. Stops with a dream. And if you wanna be a millionaire, your own form of superhero, have a house in a center square, and hear your name when the wind blows. Will you listen to the plan and all that it demands? I say again, focus on the good things, nothing on the bad. Forget all your needs, focus on the task. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If they say you're a long shot, maybe you should pass. Well, look out at yourself, show them what you have. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If you believe in all that you see, there ain't no way that this stops with a dream. If you believe in all that you see, there ain't no way that this stops with a dream. Stops with a dream. Stops with a dream.
Spotlight, hot nights, glow red in the stoplight. I slay, big swerve, big will, rich taste. I serve, line up for the looks that kill. So rich it can make you ill. Don't choke on the diamond pill. Cheap lines, get a gag like ew. Go fetch, black collar, mad cash, high dollar. Just watch, don't follow, no smoke, get higher. Bad chicks if the world's on fire. Bow down to the golden strand. Get in line, I'm in high demand. Come close, yeah, I'll use what I can when I can. I will rate with a 1 to a 10. I will call if I want it again. Spotlight, hot nights, glow red in the stoplight. I slay, big swerve, big will, rich taste. I serve, line up for the looks that kill. So rich it can make you ill. Don't choke on the diamond pill. Cheap lines, get a gag like ew. Go fetch, black collar, mad cash, high dollar. Just watch, don't follow, no smoke, get higher. Bad chicks if the world's on fire. Bow down to the golden strand. Get in line, I'm in high demand. Come close, yeah, I'll use what I can when I can. I will rate with a 1 to a 10. I will call if I want it again. Bow down. Shadows are calling. The curtain is drawn. We've fallen. I'm out on the run. Live in the violence. Die by the sword. Deep in the fire. That's where darkness is born. Haunting my dreams. I see the signs. The darkness arise. I watch it all fall. I watch it all fall. I watch it all fall. I watch it all. We swore on our honor, and the light turned to black. We fight to the ending. There's no turning back. Live in the violence. Die by the sword. Deep in the fires. That's where darkness is born. Haunting my dreams. I see the sign. Let darkness arise. I watch it all fall. I watch it all fall. I watch it all. I watch it all fall. Haunting my dreams. I see the signs. Let darkness arise. I watch it all. I watch it all fall.
Yeah. Ay. Skirt. Ay. Skirt. Ay. I might just get a little crazy for the one time. I might just link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. She be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. I might just get a little crazy for the one time. I might just link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch because it's my time. And yeah, it's my time, I guess that's alright. She always tell me when she see me that it's on sight. I might just pull a Stevie Wonder cause I don't fight. And I might just take her down for the one night. I might get a little crazy for the one time. Yeah, I might link up with lil' baby cause she's so fine. Yeah, she be penny picture, she a whole dime. And don't forget to get her watch cause it's my time.
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42-42-42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
You were right, Kate. My sister is gone. There's only Jinx now.
I want to tear that laugh from her throat forever.
I'm ready.
To return peace to this city, you must declare martial law.
Topside is the real enemy. You have the chance to rally the Undercity together. You're a symbol. So what are you planning?
Watch it all burn.
You felt it, haven't you?
The arcane is waking up.
Sometimes taking a leap forward means leaving a few things behind.
This has to end.
Then stop me.
Guys, welcome back to Crucial by Micron presents iFlick Community Clash powered by Zotac Gaming. It is the second semi-finals and it's me, Madness, alongside Kaka today. And Kaka, what do you think? How have you have you seen this tournament? How did you like the first semi-finals?
I watched yesterday's match and the Sri Lankan team, Ace Phoenix, played pretty well against, and they smashed the team with Venom. I saw his Nasus once again yesterday, so that was fun as well. But I'm pretty excited for this matchup actually. Today's matchup, a few of my ex-teammates yet again will be playing and taking on the Rift as well. So just pretty excited. Let's see what happens today, and just having a, just let's have a look at the event schedule as well. So take us through it, Madness.
Yeah, so as you know, registrations were 1824. That is done. We are now on October 1st, the last of the single elimination matches today, right? It's been a little different than other tournaments, where at this stage of the tournaments we usually have double elimination. This one has just been single elimination, so no mistakes have been allowed. Yesterday we saw the first semifinals. Today's the second semifinals, and whoever wins today will be facing Phoenix Gaming in the grand finals tomorrow. That's how it has been progressing right now, and
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah.
seeing the prize pool today. Yep, continue.
Yeah, Ace Phoenix, I think, waiting for the winners of today's game in the finals, and just looking at the prize pool. So, fourth place that was logged in yesterday, 5,000 INR, and Ace Phoenix, of course, has logged in either first or second place, at least the second place, that is 15,000 INR. And for today's matchup as well, the loser will get 5,000 INR as well, and the winner fights for that first place, which is 25,000 INR. So, pretty well split. And just looking at the brackets here, as we can see, Reign of Terror, actually, who were first in the first community clash, I mean, they were the runners up, I'm sorry, did lose yesterday to Phoenix Gaming 2-0, so that was pretty good from the side of Phoenix Gaming. And today, Ace Ragnarok versus Revenants Gaming, that should be a banger as well, and just can't wait for it. And we will have our grand finalists today, both of them, and the finals will be tomorrow, best of 5, same time. So yeah, can't wait for it, Madness.
Yeah, definitely the way it has been going like that, and as you can see, we're going to be showing it up on the big screen right now. Ace Ragnarok versus Revenants Gaming. It will be a best of 3, guys. These teams will be battling it out. See, the loser does go home with 5K, but no one wants to go like that. People want to go for that grand finals. They want to be the new champions, because our previous champions of these tournaments have been Temple of Kings, and they are not in this tournament. So we will be crowning a new champion at the end of the day, no matter which way you look at it. So whoever wins today will be facing Phoenix Gaming in that finals, but first they have to get over the hurdle of today's semifinals.
Yeah, and as you said, no margin of error as well, because it is not a double elimination bracket, it is a single elimination. So whoever loses, you can only realistically afford to lose one game today, and then you have to win those 2 remaining games to be relevant in the tournament. So yeah, margin of error is so low, and these guys have to be ready for whatever is going to come their way, all 10 of them. And yeah, just can't wait to get started and see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. And as you can see on Revenants Gaming, we will be seeing Potato Monster on the ADC role, right? He used to play in Reign of Terror before, now playing against him. His previous team has been eliminated. Now he has the chance of making grand finals without them on this separate roster that he's playing on. So that will also be interesting to see what he can do there.
Yeah, and with Potato Monster, I think in the top lane is Zuko as well. And Zuko is a pretty solid. He is. I have played with him before. He was my teammate. He is pretty good. Can play tanks. Can play the carry champions as well, especially the set. So let's see if that is going to come in later in the champ select. Well, we are going to jump directly into the champ select as we talk about it. And there you go, Zuko, Ezion, Potato Monster, Black Thief, who is one of our favorite players. I think that's pretty well known. And on the other side, Tarzan, Blue Storm. Like, these guys are new to the scene, but they are pretty solid players as well. And to make it into the top 4 in this tournament, tells you a lot as well. So let's just get right into these pick bans. Jin gets banned, so does the Leona. So a lot of bot lane focus coming out from the side of Revenants Gaming.
Yeah, definitely a bot side ban, and then the Tristana from Ace Ragnarok. And we've seen this mod that Revenants have chosen as their third ban, being almost banned in every single game that we've seen in this tournament so far. So that is a highly targeted ban that people like to go for. The Irelia may be targeted at the mid lane or the top lane of Revenants. Maybe that's why they're a bit scared of that. But let's talk about this also. We don't usually see Black Thief as a support, right, Kaka?
I mean, he has. I mean, he is a support main actually. It's just that in the streamer tournament, he was playing that jungle role. But trust me, he is one of the meanest Blitzcrank slash Nautilus slash Thresh players you'll see. Give him one of these hook champions, and he's gonna show you why he is so good. So I love Black Thief whenever he plays support. He was the only one who could match up to Kratos. Anyway, in the previous tournaments as well, and just talking about Kaisa gets logged in, so that does open up the Nautilus pickup as well. And from the opposite side, I am a big fan of this Jarvan pick. Although against Kaisa, it can be tricky because Kaisa can auto attack you and jump out of your ultimate. But the Caitlyn gets logged in as well, so a lot of lane priority in the bot lane. And I'm hoping that the Lux or Morgana will follow suit as well for the side of Ace Ragnarok. But speaking of, the blue side, Revenants, Kaisa gets logged in. The Viego is going to come in. Even Viego is really strong champion on this patch currently. You can make the Triforce, you can make the Blade of the Rune King. Has a lot of different build paths as well. So he is pretty strong as well. So I like the picks coming out from both the sides so far.
Yeah, and definitely we've seen Kaiser being first picked a lot of the times overall over here, if it's not banned. But look at this, that Nautilus is coming in for Black Thief over here. As you said, he is very good on this champion, so that has been locked in for him.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what counter support they try to pick for Ace Ragnarok, or they try to go for a different kind of pick over here. Anyway, these picks I'm favoring. Oh, the Thresh, another heavy engaged champion coming in for this.
I
So
am not a big
Morgana or
fan
Lux.
of this. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this Thresh pickup coming in right here. I mean, a Braum or a Morgana suits much better because the Revenants do have very short range champions as well, right? So something like a Braum, you can stack up those passives relatively quickly and you're not safe from the side of Revenants. But now the Thresh comes in. So with Thresh, you have to be on your A game and you have to connect those hooks. You have to use that E to cancel the Nautilus hook or you are going to die. So it is sort of a skill matchup in the bot lane, but I prefer the Kaisa and Nautilus lane over Caitlyn and Thresh. I think the support could have been different there. Speaking about bans, now the Lissandra will get banned and so will the Akali. So the mid lane bans are coming in now. The strong champions that are on this patch like the Yone, the Silas gets banned, the Syndra, Orianna, all of that is open. So let's see what these mid laners decide to take. And it should be one more mid lane ban ideally right here. Let's see what Revenants decide to ban here.
Yeah, you see second phase of banning is heavily targeting at the mid laners, but they didn't ban a mid laner last, they banned the Ornn as the last thing against Clownfish's Ornn maybe. They don't want him to have that, so that is surprising. Okay, so they chose to go for that. But what kind of mid laner options would you like to go for either of these comps right here, Kaka?
I mean, for the red side, Ace Ragnarok, Orianna looks pretty solid. Again, as I just said, against low range, short range champions, Orianna can really, be very useful. But the Gwen will come in blind. So I'm expecting a set pickup to come in here. Does really well in the lane, but in the last tournament, Dead Corporal did have his way against RTO, and he did smash him. But the Udyr will come in, so that Udyr will go into the top lane. So it's an okay matchup into the Gwen. Speaking of mid laners, I think Syndra would be really nice for Revenants right here if they do decide to pick it. A lot of CC, but they are going to opt for the Yone. So just following the suit of picking very low range champions, and something like now Syndra or Orianna or even other champions that can outrange this comp will be really beneficial for the side of Ace Ragnarok.
Yeah, something that outrages good poke from around, so yeah, that you can lower them down in HP before the actual team fights do head off. But instead they're going for the Diana here that can just jump into these team fights. So overall, I would be favoring Ace Ragnarok. Maybe not laning phase for the bot side, but overall I like the comp of Ace Ragnarok.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say that the Revenants might have the better comp right here, because I don't see a lot of things that can punish Revenants, right, from the side of Ace Ragnarok, because they have picked a lot of melee champions as well who would like to go in and fight, like the Jarvan, like the Diana. So the Caitlyn will find herself pretty isolated in the team fights, because you only have the Thresh peeling for her. But Thresh might look to go in as well with the hook. So Caitlyn feels a little out of place in this comp for me. But on the other side, these champions can follow up. You have so much dive coming out from Yone and Nautilus, and the Kai'Sa can obviously follow up with the R as well. And you have that beefy front line in Udyr. So I prefer Revenant's comp in this one particularly. But you tell me why you prefer Ace Ragnarok's comp.
I feel like prefer Ace Ragnarok's combo is more balanced in the AD AP kind of ratios at this point compared to Revenants, with Revenants having that Udyr and Kai'Sa having slight AP along with her going that way. But I want to see, because we've seen mostly in these tournaments the Gwen has been the center of attention throughout any team, like any kind of games that have been going on. Usually we've been seeing the team that has been picking the Gwen has been winning. So that is just like somewhere in the back of my mind that is like subtly giving me towards Ace Ragnarok. Maybe it should logically not be the one, but that is what is edging me on in that scenario. And I'm going to be honestly looking for Tarzan to be going for some early ganks towards this bot lane side. If that is managed, you can maybe edge out over there. But unless some good Yone ults plus the Nautilus ults, and Potato Monster is very versatile on this Kai'Sa, so he can get out of those Jarvan ults like you talked about. But if this Gwen gets ahead, I honestly, that's probably the only reason I'm going between Ace Ragnarok, not maybe for the team fighting potential.
The Gwen can be pretty obnoxious when she gets ahead, and you're right. Like, the Gwen has become meta in India, at least, or in these tournaments in South Asia, right? Because we keep seeing her being rotated around that jungle role in the top lane as well. Black Infinity played a lot of games in the last tournament. So did Dragoon. So did Dead Corporal. So the Gwen has been pretty strong and has won a lot of games, and just teams have not figured out how to counter her. Spoiler, you pick a Leona, just turn that champion down, and then that's how you can shut her down, because she is so low range, right? But yeah, the teams have not still figured out how to counter the Gwens, and so she keeps getting picked. But I really don't think she is. She is a pretty strong champion once she gets ahead, but it is pretty hard for her in the top lane as well, because you can play around it pretty well, right? But yeah, it has become meta, and you're not wrong to favor the side with Gwen on it. But I do prefer Revenants. Let's see how it works out as well for the side of Revenants. They are each other for quite a while, and they understand each other and have a great synergy in the bot lane. So I am expecting big things from Potato Monster, especially from Black Thief, because whenever he plays these sort of champions, he just he is pretty unstoppable. He can be very irritating to play against, just being there every time where you wouldn't expect the Nautilus to be. And I'm hoping in game 2 we get to see his Blitzcrank as well, so you can see how good he really is on that champion as well.
Yeah, as you said, that's a pretty deadly duo right there in the bot lane with the Potato Monster, Black Thief. They're gonna have good synergy over there coming around. But on the other hand, on the opposite side, that Gwen is there. But talking about that Caitlyn Thresh, yes, definitely not the combo I would have liked to see with the Caitlyn, right? The Thresh has to go in. There's nothing to protect the Caitlyn from that side. She does have a bit of the range on that Kai'Sa, but she has to utilize that properly. And with Jarvan coming in properly for kind of like his ganks, it's going to be hard to catch Kai'Sa once she's level 6, once she still has all her sums up. Everything's pretty hard to go on her. Overall, I like the team fighting also from Revenant side, right? Their team fighting is going to be huge in that sense. They're going to have some good wombo combos in the sense of their CC lockdowns. But overall, it's going to just come up to the individual matchups, I think, a bit in the early game, right? To whoever winning their lane and who dominates, and like just not let this Gwen snowball out of proportion.
Yeah, and I mean, we have not seen a lot of these players, so we can only talk about the players that we know, like Potato Monster, Zuko in the top lane, Black Thief in the support role, as well as Zion, who is a pretty mean Lilia player as well. getting his hands on the Viego. And here we're going to see a level 1 invade coming out from the side of Nautilus. I think this can be successful. And there you go, just flashes in.
Ooh.
Trade the flash is running Hex Flash himself. So not the biggest loss for him. And now just expect him to be really aggressive towards that bottom side of the map.
Yeah, definitely. Burning the Thresh's flash is going to be huge here for their early on potential. He does have Hex Flash up right now, so he will be. And they're looking to maybe cheese it a bit by going into this bush. They're trying to prevent the team of Ace Ragnarok from doing anything over here. They're cheesing it a bit. And the Ace Ragnarok is also going for that leash, right? So they're going to be a bit delayed coming to
Yeah,
lane.
I mean,
So they might be
I
caught
don't
off
like.
on the way back into lane.
Yeah, I don't like people leashing for the junglers, especially in tournament games or everything, because junglers don't
Yeah.
really need that leash, right? You can uh, clear your whole jungle around 320 and then be present for the scuttle spawn as well. So, I mean, they are going to lose quite a lot of priority in the bot lane, depending on how Potato Monster and Black Thief decide to play it. And let's see what happens. You we will be seeing a hook coming in pretty soon, and that's exactly what's going to
It does
happen. And
come
Thresh
in.
gets ignited. And look at that, just because of that leash, they have already lost bot lane. Now they have to play so passively. Both the pods burned out from the Thresh, and the top lane Zuko just
But
smashing
this Gwen is probably going
his
down, right? No,
Gwen.
just about have
Oh, that's
gets
very
away
close.
with her life over there. Both are around the one health bar kind of mark. They are walking around on eggshells around each other at this point, just dancing around a bit over there. But as you said, this cheese in the bot lane due to that leash leads the Thresh pretty much below. HP has to burn all his pots just to come back up. So they are pretty back behind on from the starting of this match for the side of Ace Ragnarok in that bot lane.
Mm, Yeah, 100%. And that's going to continue, right? Because the pot advantage is on the
Mm-hmm.
side of Black Thief. Even in the top lane, Zuko will get a cheater recall. Did not exactly buy anything for that, but he was pretty low. Is going to save his teleport. The hook narrowly misses in the bot lane. And just looking at the junglers as well, both will be clearing their red buff. And the Jarvan has been pinged, so they are keeping track of him right now. Viego will be looking to gang that Thresh, who does not have flash, for another 2-3 minutes right now.
Yeah, and even though Viego did not get the leash and the Jarvan did, Viego is pretty much ahead in his pathing right now because Jarvan just reached his golems and Viego's just finished his golems at the same time. But let's forget that Gwen going in on Udyr over here. Udyr has to run for his life. Gwen has popped the ghost and Udyr having to pop that flash just so they trade the ghost for the flash. Udyr does have the TP to come back to lane, so just a trading of summoner spells overall for that fight.
Yeah, but Zuko just being a little bit overzealous, right there, fighting the Gwen when she has so many minions on her side. Base already coming in, so he is falling pretty behind in terms of CS and experience as well, as you can see. But the Gwen does not have mana. I don't know why she decided to go, and she might end up paying
Why
for
did
it
she not
with
back?
her life. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
that
dead
Gwen is
Gwen
dead.
there.
Yeah,
Yep, yep. She is dead. That was a. You said Zuko was a little greedy there, over aggressive. The Gwen definitely is towards when Zuko comes back with that TP, right? There's no need to go
yeah.
that in. You have your TP still up, right? You can back easily, get your TP and come back and start this all over again from the beginning, basically, without your ghost and him not having his flash. But instead, Gwen just being greedy stays a bit too late and gets paid for her
Now
mistake. And
let's
again,
hope
Zuko
Zuko's not
now.
doing the same. Zuko can run out from there, so I mean he had to crash the wave, and uh, just the Gwen not respecting the damage coming out from this early game Phoenix stance, Udyr right now, and just pays for it with her life. Did not have the mana to do anything right there, and all the good work done from his side, now he pays for it. So it's looking pretty good for Zuko now.
Yeah,
He's
Zuko
gonna
is
be chilling
ahead
in the
right
top lane.
now. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
having fun. And at the same time, we will be taking a little replay at that first blood. We will be seeing that this Gwen just stays here,
Yeah.
not respecting Udyr coming back with his TP. And Udyr, even though getting chunked down pretty low, comfortably taking that kill. Gets the first blood for his team, gets that a little moral victory for his team, and they are slightly ahead in goal right now, around 500 G's goal lead. And look at the bot difference in that CS just because of that leashing that was done at level 1, Kaka.
Yeah, I mean that's going to happen, right? I mean, the flash was burned as well for the side of Thresh, and we spoke about it in the champ select as well. That we don't think it's the strongest lane, and especially against the Nautilus and Kai'Sa. And flash ult from the side of Yone completely whiffs his ult, and in the
Ah.
2v1, Diana outplaying both of them and getting the return kill. So that was a huge misplay coming out from the side of Yone. If we get a replay of that, you'll see he missed his flash, then ulted in, missed that as well, and then uses his E, takes a lot of turret shots, and like that was he wouldn't want to, look at it again. And this Diana is looking pretty strong as well now.
Yeah, and like he was, as you said, tanking a lot. But let's hold that thought up. This Caitlyn does have flash to get out of that gank going on down at the bottom lane. Does burn the flash to get out, just about survive. But as we were talking about that mid fight, right? That Diana barely gets out. Gets out, flashes towards the right side, pulls the Yone back in, so he's even getting even more turret aggro. He's barely be able
Yeah.
to get away, and Diana outplaying that in that 1v2 has to burn the flash, but that's definitely worth it for her in that scenario. And
Oh,
because what we could
100%.
not see off camera, this Caitlyn also has to burn her flash from that gank coming in with the jungler and Nautilus looking from that side. And because of this advantage they got over there, they even spot the Jarvan top side. So this is a free Drake for RVG, and this might be a dead Zuko. Zuko doesn't have flash, remember?
That's a failed combo by the Jarvan. But yeah, Udyr did not have flash. I don't think Jarvan needed to flash anyway, right?
Yeah.
They just EQ ult the Udyr and you have a kill. But ends up burning his flash for it. I mean, just looking at the last two kills right here in the mid lane, just look at that. Yone missed everything, used his E under the turret, takes the aggro. Diana uses her ultimate, finishes off the kill. And then we will go up into the top lane as well for the most recent kill. And here, just Jarvan just EQR. You don't need to flash there. There is no need to flash there at all. But they do
There
get
is
the kill
definitely
onto the
no need.
Udyr as well. So well played by the both of them, but the mechanics have been a little bit here and there so far in this matchup.
It is the first game of the series. Maybe they're just getting a little warmed up at this point. Let's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
put too
hundred
much
percent.
on them, right? He definitely did not need to burn that flash because they do know that Zuko's flash is not up because he had burned at the same time that Gwen had burned the ghost. Should be tracking that pretty well, right? They should know that the ghost
Yeah.
not up. Jarvan does his ultimate. Where should that Udyr be going anyway? So definitely not worth it to burn that flash over there from Jarvan's side. Could have used it for future ganks. But the bot side again is 9 CS difference. Mid lane not that much, around 4 CS in differential. And overall, gold is in favor of Ace Ragnarok by about it's actually equal actually in numbers.
It's
About
dead even right
just
now.
about equal. Yes, dead
Yeah.
even, and it looks like this Udyr is looking a little spicy towards the top side. He's just running away, making a complete semicircle around the top side red jungle, and the Yone going back in. And this should be a successful Diana kill. Diana does not have flash. Used it in that earlier fight when she was dived before. And that's a dead Diana. It took 3 members of Revenants Gaming this time, but they do manage to secure the kill without any trade. So that's a 1-0 in the favor of Revenants Gaming.
Yeah, and I think the Udyr was spotted moving towards the mid lane by the Jarvan, so maybe there's a slight miscommunication there. But again, well played from the side of W, Ezain, and Zuko. Just connecting all of their spells towards the Diana, who was flashless, did connect her ultimate onto 3 people, but little does it matter when you are getting
Yeah.
ganked by 3 people. You really can't do much. Right here, Zuko might end up losing this trade. He is trying to freeze this lane that I don't support.
Understand.
I don't think he should be doing that. He should just go back, TP back in again. Because the Gwen does have Ghost and Ultimate now, and Zuko just burned his flash, so the Jarvan is looking towards that top side as well. Rinse and repeat the same gank, EQR, and finish
Yep.
the Udyr off. But the Viego is right there to counter as well. So let's see what happens in the top lane.
Yeah, Viego's around there to shadow around. Might just has cancelled his back over here. They did try to go in. I don't think Viego can get a kill here. Yeah, just shows his presence and makes the opponent team back off. Ace Ragnarok falls back, and Diana goes a bit dangerously deep there, but yeah, just gets out, no problem. They're just trading a bit over at this side, and the CS lead in the bot side is spiraling a bit out of control right now. It's about almost 20 CS in difference there. Guys are well ahead right now and getting some plates in at this current point. So this bot lane of Ace Ragnarok are falling a bit behind, and as Kaka and me pointed out, falling. But this hook onto the Thresh. Goes in on Thresh. Thresh is pretty much dead here. Thresh, there's nowhere to go, buddy. You are dead. And will your Caitlyn die as well? The Nautilus does flash in, does manage to miss the hook, so nothing. The Caitlyn does not go down.
Yeah, I mean, but this should not be happening in a Caitlyn lane. You pick Caitlyn to win the lane. But if you are going 20 CS behind, getting killed, losing the lane, then that's not the best use of Caitlyn, and then you would hope. I mean, you would have preferred to pick something else there. Viego is going to finish off Tarzan, who did not have flash. So now it looks like the game has exploded. And again, the Diana dies as well as Ian right there, taking Jarvan's form, uses the EQ, finishes the kill, gets a double kill for himself. And now the game has been blown wide open from the side of Revenant Gaming, who are now 2,000 gold ahead, are going to take multiple plates in the mid lane as well. And 11 minutes in, it's looking pretty good for the side of Revenants Gaming.
Yeah, and it was like dead equal to around 2 minutes ago, but now it's been broken wide open. We have an obvious lead right now for Revenants Gaming, 2k goal lead. They have got multiple kills and multiple ganks. This Viego is looking pretty fed at this point, has a 200g bounty on his head as well, and it looks like Revenants will be also looking for this next dragon at this point. We go back in time for that. The Udyr and this Gwen have not stopped fighting since the beginning of the match, but Udyr seems to think that he'll lose this fight, and he well should be thinking that Gwen misses her ultimate, the second part of her ultimate, so Udyr is now more confident to go back in for that. At the same time, ward being cleared here in that tri-bush in the bot side, and now we're just setting up for that dragon fight essentially. But the jungler of Revenants Gaming towards the top side.
Yeah, and once the Udyr, gets his Liandry's completed, oh, that's a very poor flash from the side of W. Let's see if he can manage to get out of there. I would be shocked if he does. Yeah, he does not. That was a pretty surprising flash. I'm not too sure where he was looking to flash right there. That was such a big misplay. Ends up losing his life and his flash. But yeah, speaking about the top lane, once the Udyr gets the Liandry's, then he's going to be so powerful. That is one of his strongest point as well very early on in the game with the Liandry's and the Phoenix stance are you can chunk the Gwen down till half HP just by using that one spell. So that is going to be really game changing for him in the top lane. Meanwhile, Azan doing really good on that Viego, 200 gold bounty on him. 3-0 to start us off and has the Giants belt as well. So I'm not too sure what he's planning to make with that item. And look at that, one hook and Thresh loses half his HP.
Yeah, this is just the story of the rinse and repeat in the bot lane. The Thresh is the one always going down below 50 HP. The Black Thief looking for another one, but Jarvan is coming here for a gank. They can maybe catch Black Thief, but getting the hook away. The flash into the hook, into the flail. And that's Black Team pretty much going down. Yeah, and the kill goes over to the Caitlyn, which is very important. Now, this Caitlyn will also be getting some kills in here, getting some Gs for herself. Narrowly missing that hook. Potato Monster just about managed to walk away from that hook from the Thresh. Yeah, excellent flash play from the Thresh during that pull-in engage on that Nautilus, right?
Yeah, very well played from the side of Ace right there in the bottom lane. If that hook connected towards the Kaisa, although she has a flash and barrier up, I think one trap and she would have lost her life as well. And I mean, now finally we get to see what the Caitlyn can do. But just look at that in the bottom lane, Viego's there, Nautilus making his way up there as well. So Caitlyn has to be pretty careful. Is going to decide to go back and buy her collector. I think that must be completed for her right now. So the game has stalled a bit right now, although we have seen 9 kills in 14 minutes. But look at the top lane now. Zuko very close to his Merc trades as well, has completed Liandry. So this is one of his strongest point as we spoke about earlier.
Yep.
And I don't think the Gwen can afford to take a trade with him anymore.
Yeah, I think that matchup has turned a bit topsy-turvy over there as soon as that Liandry's was bought for him. But as you said, we're having like kills in like bunches over throughout the thing. We're having a time of period of nothing and then just explosion and then nothing again. That's why it just seems that it was slow paced, but it has been 9 kills in 15 minutes. And Zuko might be caught out over here. Yeah, Zuko is pretty much going down, but the W comes in with an excellent ult. Viego is here getting the resets off. But everybody having low HP bars here, but
Nah,
it's the
Zook.
side of Revenants getting everything, even getting that bot side kill for Potato Monster, that 1v1 versus the Caitlyn, and this is going to be an ace! An ace coming in here for Revenants Gaming, Ace Ragnarok, all 5 members are dead currently, and it all started from that bait from Zuko around that Rift Herald.
Yeah, 100%. And you have to, as I said multiple times, you have to respect the Leandri's Oder, and you will see what he can do with the amount of damage that he deals in this team fight. It looked like initially that he was the one who was getting caught, but the Oder is
Yep.
just so tanky, flashes away. And now look at the arc that comes in from the side of Zuko that's going to melt everyone right there. Gets 2 kills instantly, finishes off the Thresh for a triple kill. And in the bot side, Potato Monster styling on the Caitlyn. I'm not too sure what Caitlyn
What
even
happened
cleansed
over
in
there?
that fight. Yeah, no, she used cleanse as well fighting guys. I'm not too sure what that was about. But yeah, fights everywhere on the map, and Zuko just coming in huge to get that triple kill
Yep.
and ace for the side of Revenant Gaming at 15 minutes, and they are looking pretty strong in this one. 16
Yeah.
minutes in, almost a 6,000 goal lead. So these guys are
Yep.
not looking to mess around.
Yeah, they're definitely not. They've blown this game even more wide open at this point. That 1v1 in the bot lane is probably playing mind games on Blue Storm because he probably burned that cleanse as a panic kind of motive right here. They're going to even be picking up that Rift Herald. And Zuko with that Phoenix stance in that fight, just doing so much AoE damage that they could do nothing. They were such low in health bars
Yeah.
from both sides, but that Phoenix stance coming in clutch over there, managing to pretty much wipe out everybody except the ADC, who was wiped out by their own ADC in the bot
Yeah.
lane. So definitely huge for them. And now this Yone might be getting caught out over here. He's having to
he's
ult
out.
away. But the Thresh unluckily getting caught here. Yone getting caught top, getting trade as support for a mid laner. Not worth it that much for Revenants Gaming, but that Yone did have a bit of bad positioning. But this might be the tier 2 turret going down as well. The Rift Herald does charge in. Kaiser was driving that, and yes, this will definitely be the tier 2 going down. If they manage to get some auto attacks off on it, they're just not choosing not to do that.
Yeah, not choosing to do that because they are pretty scared of the Dyna all in as well. So, I mean, they are being respectful, but they are going to lose the top tier 1 turret. Now, kill onto the Yone turns into an objective. So, really well done from the side of Ace right there. And the Dragon is on the Rift as well. And it is being taken as we speak by the Viego and the Udyr right now. And
Yeah.
again, this Udyr is just so strong, man. And like, the the Phoenix stance does a lot of damage, but what's even more irritating or obnoxious is the amount of slow that it can put on you, and it's
Oh, and
it's
a
a
TP
lot. So
coming
I
in
mean,
over here from the
I'm
Gwen. Seeing
not too
something that could be
sure.
done, but I don't think that TP was worth it. There's no
Yeah.
objective to even fight
Yeah.
over here, Gwen. There is no point for this TP. You've just burnt it for nothing. Unless they can maybe cast his Udyr down here as 3 members, I don't think this was even remotely worth it. And I don't think you even need the Gwen at that point.
Now let's see how much time the Udyr can buy here. Yone is going to TP, and look at that R damage coming out, but thankfully they do have the Gwen who has 2 items, so she is going to be dealing true damage onto the side of Udyr. Yone gets out right there, lands the knockup and the ultimate onto the
Ooh, excellent
2
play
of
from
them.
Yone.
Yeah, well played. And Zion going to take the remnants of J4 is going to finish the Gwen as well. The Diana follows, and this has been so one-sided.
I've seen this picture before around the Rift Herald, right? The Udyr baiting
Yeah.
everybody in again, and now just for now this time he does fall down, but almost the entire team of Ace Ragnarok fall down, saving just that Caitlyn alive at that point, right? So this Udyr coming up huge for baits as well as giving damage output. So there's so much that you have to do to you cannot just go for these kind of plays, and these are all fights around no objectives right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is where Ace has to realize that they might have the better scaling comp just because of that Gwen. So taking so many fights in the early game where you're not even sure if you're going to win, right? Because the Viego is so strong, is going to complete his Titanic Hydra now. And just look at that fight. Like, it was not even close. The Udyr did end up dying very early on.
Yeah.
But once the Yone connected his ultimate, it was just resets after resets for the Viego and just cleaning up house right there. So this game looks like it is going to end pretty soon. 7,000 gold lead coming out for the side of Revenant Gaming right now, and it's just going to blow further.
Yeah, it's just swelling a bit out of proportion. I think they're just going to be looking to push the bot lane and the mid lane, and then there are pings towards the Baron. So maybe just going to sweep the wards around all these bushes around the Baron pit and outside Baron pit towards the red buff side of his Ragnarok, and then maybe look to do some damage to that Baron or beta fight around it at least.
Yeah, and that should be the objective that gets taken down right now. I mean, you can look at Revenant Gaming just hovering around the top side of the map, taking the enemy jungle, placing their wards everywhere. W is even looking to trade very aggressively. Is going to lose a lot of HP right here. The threshold gets connected right there, but does not amount to anything. So they have taken a lot of control now. Udyr is going to push towards that bot side, has the TP. The Gwen does not. The flash comes out from the side of Black Thief, but the Gwen is untargetable and you cannot connect your hook onto that, and so he loses his flash. Not the end of the world for him. Udyr again, Zuko is just split pushing out of his mind right now, and for the side of Ace, they have to send the Diana to match him, but I don't think she would be able to because the Udyr can all in you
Yeah,
whenever
I think you
he
need at
wants to.
least
And
two members to fight this Udyr at this point, the way that he is right now. Maybe two members might not even be enough, the way because
yeah,
they baited so many members of Ace Ragnar towards the bot side. They are pinging towards that Baron, and they're probably going to start it towards now. Udyr, mind you, does have the TP to come back in for these fights, so he's going to be well and nicely trying to be still split pushing towards the bot side, and they might just catch up the Jarvan here, who's just got a bit lacking in his positioning. Maybe not thinking that they can push up so far in, and Kaiser does ulti in just to get that final hit on the Jarvan, and that's the jungler of Ace Ragnar down, guys. This is the Baron completely open for Revenants Gaming.
yeah, and that's a very crucial pick coming out for the side of Revenant Gaming. Jarvan, I'm not too sure what he was trying to do there, being so far up and away from his team. And the Baron is going to get picked up for the side of Revenant Gaming, who are going to look to close this game out pretty soon. Uh, and in the mid lane, the turret does go down, the mid tier one for the side of Ace right there. So, I mean, some trade coming out, but not exactly the biggest trade or the most beneficial trade for them. But picking up that turret, getting the objective bounty is pretty good. And now they're just running away from the side of Revenant
Yeah.
Gaming, who are looking
Oh
so
no, this
strong.
might be a trap be putting here for Viego. Right now can be caught out, but now they get spotted by the Cromp of all things, because they just about walked a bit about out of that bush. So now they know that trap was there, and I think this third dragon will also be going for Revenants Gaming. Right, they're going to be getting this Mountain Dragon, and are going to be on sole point for Mountain Drake for the next. And they're coming
Oh,
for
the
fights
Dyna
after.
goes in.
After the objective is gone, there's no points of these fights, in my opinion. Because Udyr is so strong here in the backline, you're gonna have to realize who to focus. If you go for her, you can't go for the
Yeah,
Kaiser. And Kaiser's just free hitting from behind. Everybody's just dying for Ace Ragnarok here, and there was no point of this fight. The dragon was already gone.
I think that was just a engage coming out of frustration from the side of Ace right there, losing the dragon, the Baron. Dinah sees an opportunity to land her ultimate, but it's not onto anyone significant right there. The Kaisa was untouched throughout the whole fight. She did not have to use even her ultimate. Just look at that, has both the summoner spells up as well. So just getting a replay of that really soon right here. And look at the Dinah's build, it's everywhere. 2 amp tomes, 2 needlessly large rods. So not sure what she's making right here. Look at that. The dragon gets picked up as you called it out, and the Dinah goes in onto 3 people. They do get 1 kill towards the side of Viego and shut him down, but after that it's just a disaster. The Kaisa gets exhausted, but she's untouched, and Zuko is just running riot
He's
in
a
the backline
monster.
right there. And just like, I am not too sure why Ace decided to fight now, after already getting aced twice earlier in the game, and now it's just that's the final nail in the coffin as well for the side of Ace. And I this is looking very rough for them. And at this point, about this time, you start looking at that game to and see what you can improve.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. A bit of irony being there for Ace Ragnarok getting aced 3 times in this game already, and the game
Yeah.
is not over overall. And Zuko is just being a menace, just going for the backline of Ace Ragnarok in that team fight, right? And now because that their backline is going down, everybody just turns on Zuko, and that leaves Potato Monster just to free fire from behind all his security, and nobody can even touch him. Didn't have to burn summoners, did not have to burn his ult, did not have to burn anything, and he's 602 right now, a 700 gold bounty on his head, so he's fed
Yeah.
out of his mind at this point. And I think this is just the closing moments, and like you said, I think Ace Ragnarok needs to be thinking about the game 2 currently.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have to right now. And
Ooh,
look at this
flash ult
engage
by the
coming
Yone.
out. The Caitlyn gets caught of all the people in that ultimate. And this should be game, guys. Game 1 towards the side of Revenant Gaming. The fight still goes on, but the game has already ended, trust me. The Kais are so far ahead. I mean, any sort of engage would have done the trick, and so it has.
Yep.
W finding that engage onto the backline, especially onto the Caitlyn, and they will end this game at around 26 minutes. So game 1, and Revenant Gaming have taken the lead right here, and a lot of work to be done from the side of Ace to come back into the series.
Definitely a huge amount of things going on for Ace Ragnarok. They have to do a lot of things. Already getting aced 3 times in this matchup. Complete dominating performance for Revenants Gaming over here, showing what should be done. Zuko and Potato Monster just completely taking over this game. Nothing that Ace Ragnarok can do after maybe getting aced that second time. It's going to be taking a while for them to do anything, and they're honestly going to have to maybe rethink their draft picks for that second match. Maybe not just rely on that Gwen for that late game, because even this Caitlyn pick that they took did not dominate in that bot lane. All maybe just because of that leash in the beginning, right? It had a very slow start. The Thresh was chunked down a huge, was just walking back to lane. So Caitlyn also had to play it a bit safe at that point. So all in all, dominating performance for Revenants Gaming, Kaka.
Yeah, I mean, really dominant from the start as well. They played very aggressively in this game, and that's what you need to do to stamp your authority into the game as well. And just having a look at the crucial moments as well, you will see the early invade comes out, they burn the Thresh flash, and this 1v1 from Clown Shot was like, that was not required at all. He threw away a very nice lead that he had for himself.
Yeah.
Dark Lord RJ here did come out with a 2v1 outplay, but it amounted to little come the late game or the mid game as well. And right here, Zuko gets ganked after a failed flash by the Jarvan, as we spoke about earlier. So it was looking pretty good for the side of Ace in the early game at least. But after that, especially at the Rift Herald fight, right? Zuko getting that Leandries, getting that
Huge
triple kill,
turnaround.
and even in the bot lane, Potato Monster finishing off the Caitlyn under her turret. And that can happen in isolation. Kaisa can kill any AD carry bar Vayne in 1v1. So, I mean, that's exactly what happened, and we will see the fight will be coming pretty soon as well. Now here, Tarzan gets caught by Azion, takes his remnants, and kills the Dyna as well. So he got off to a very great start as well as Zion. He did pretty well on that Viego, so maybe that warrants a ban as well. Here the hook connects onto Black Thief, and I think this was the only good play coming out from the side of Ace so far. And then this is where the game,
this is where everything changed.
Everything changed right here. Just look at the damage coming out from the Udyr. Melts 2 people just by using his Phoenix stance right there. And yeah, I think this was the turning point in the game, and just getting aced at 15 minutes, not getting any objective as well, just giving out 5 free kills, it does not turn out to be too good. And that's exactly what happened, guys, and Revenant Gaming picking up game 1.
Yeah, definitely. And this, even in this fight where the Yone flashes out of the Jarvan ultimate just to come back in with his own ultimate, excellent re-engage back onto it, getting huge. This should have also been around about an ace, right? Because only the Caitlyn was about alive. So almost all their fights they go for, they've eliminated most of the members of Ace Ragnarok, not just going for 1v1s or 1v2s kind of things, but going for pretty much everything. And they dominated the objectives point of view of the jungles, right? And this flash, this ultimate in by the Diana so late after the jungle has, sorry, the dragon has gone down, and everyone's just focusing on Zuko over here because Zuko's just being a menace over. That leaves Potato Monster just to free fire from behind, just getting his shots back in, and Zuko doesn't even end up dying, right? With so many members even on him, just showing you how much of a monster he is at that stage of the game, how far ahead he is as well. It's 21 kills to 9 kills at that point, and another. This is going to be the Caitlyn being caught out here. Excellent Yone ults throughout this entire game by W, right? He's been playing it excellently. Maybe only probably bad one he had was the beginning one where they got 1v2'd by the Dana, where he flashed and ulted in and he missed it then. That was probably the only one I've seen him actually go for a miss. But otherwise, he's been completely on point throughout this entire game. And this just leads Revenants Gaming to have a very dominant style fashion match here, ending in like 26 minutes.
Yeah, and this was the last fight as well. The Yone goes in with his ultimate, finds the Caitlyn of all the people, and that should be. I mean, that was the end of the game as well. Caitlyn could not even finish 2 items, was only stuck with the BF sword and the pickaxe. Did get it once she died, but it does not, it didn't matter much. And yeah, just looking at the match summary right here, 26 kills to 9. 8 to 2 turrets, 3 dragons. I mean, they could have gotten the soul as well, Revenant Gaming. So it was a pretty one-sided match to start off the series, and let's hope that ACR can find, something to hold on to in game 2 and come back stronger, because from the draft itself, it did not look like they were set up to have a great game, and that's exactly how it turned out.
Yeah, they had set it up for more like individual play style kind of things of getting ahead in their own lanes, and when that did not, materialize, it just showed what Revenants Gaming Com can do, right? That's why you favored them during the draft pick selection, right? You said so much CC, so much kill potential, so much engage potential, so there was nothing that you can do to stop them if you're not getting ahead early game on. Even in the early game, it was pretty much dead even till about around that Rift Herald fight where Zuko baited everyone and got the kills around him. And honestly, they need to probably ban this Udyr against Zuko, given how he's playing or try to counter it. And with that saying, guys, we will be looking into your crucial MVP for this game 1 of this best of 3 series. It's gonna be Potato Monster. Look how much he's smiling. He should be smiling after that kind of performance on this Kaiser. 804, did not die throughout the entire game, and that is also hugely up to his front line, right? His front line did a great job of protecting him, letting him allow to free hit from behind, letting him have the free reign of terror. They're not allowing anybody to actually go up and touch him, and he just kept on auto attacking from behind, getting his kills, whittling down the enemies to 0 HP and around 9.4 CS per minute. Not bad numbers given how much fights were going on towards the mid game side of this game. 648 damage, 13,000 gold, and a well-run excellent performance by him, Kaka.
Yeah, and I mean, you could have given the MVP to anyone from the side of Revenant Gaming, and it would have made sense. But Potato Monster not dying at all in this game 1, farming pretty well. So as an AD carry, that's exactly what you can do. You can save yourself, you can dish out the damage, and you can CS pretty well. And he did all of those things. So he is the MVP for game 1. And let's see what happens in game 2, because Ace now have a mountain to climb, because they could only afford to lose one game, and they already have. And again, this is not a double elimination tournament. So if you lose one more game, you are out. You will be getting the 5,000 prize pool, but you would be out of the tournament, right? And you want to make it to the final. So let's see if they can come back with a stronger mental and maybe make changes to the draft picks as well. And with that, guys, we will be taking a break. And we will see you in game 2, and let's see if Ace can come back into the series while Revenant Gaming looks so strong. So we'll see you in the next one.
And if you wanna be a millionaire, your own form of superhero, have matters in your own hands, and get away from all the zeros. Will you listen to the plan and all that it demands? Well, here's your chance. Focus on the good things, nothing on the bad. Forget all your needs, focus on the task. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If they say you're a long shot, maybe you should pass. Well, look down at yourself, show them what you have. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? And if you believe in all that you see, there ain't no way that it stops with a dream. Stops with a dream. And if you wanna be a millionaire, your own form of superhero, have a house in a center square, and hear your name when the wind blows. Will you listen to the plan and all that it demands? I say again. Focus on the good things, nothing on the bad. Forget all your needs, focus on the task. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? If they say you're a long shot, maybe you should pass. Well, look down at yourself, show them what you have. Now are you ready for it? Now are you ready for it? And if you believe in all that you see, there ain't no way that this stops with a dream. And if you believe in all that you see, there ain't no way that this stops with a dream. Stops with a dream. Stops with a dream.
Spotlight, hot nights, glow red in the stoplight. I slay, big swerve, big will, rich taste. I serve, line up for the looks that kill. So rich it can make you ill. Don't choke on the diamond pill. Cheap lines, get a gag like ew. Go fetch, black collar, mad cash, high dollar. Just watch, don't follow, no smoke, get higher. Bad chicks if the world's on fire. Bow down to the golden strand. Get in line, I'm in high demand. Come close, yeah, I'll use what I can when I can. I will rate with a 1 to a 10. I will call if I want it again. Spotlight, hot nights, glow red in the stoplight. I slay, big swerve, big will, rich taste. I serve, line up for the looks that kill. So rich it can make you ill. Don't choke on the diamond pill. Cheap lines, get a gag like ew. Go fetch, black collar, mad cash, high dollar. Just watch, can. I will rate with a 1 to a 10. I will call if I want it again. Bow down.
Trying not to hit the wall with my conscience. Take me out, take me over like a light switch. Anxiety had me stripped in defenseless. I'm about to crawl on my knees, it's so religious. I need a minute to breathe. I'm just waiting to see it. Looking like, baby, come get the keys, making me a believer. Looking like. I need a minute to breathe. I'm just waiting to see it. Looking like, baby, come get the keys, making me a believer. Looking like, busting out, we're falling off the wagon. Sweet relief, get you caught up in the passion. Take you there more than you could ever imagine. Head out the window, flying through the fast lane. I need a minute to breathe. I'm just waiting to see it. Looking like, baby, come get the keys, making me a believer. Looking like, I need a minute to breathe. I'm just waiting to see it. Looking like, baby, come get the keys, making me a believer. Looking like.
Guys, welcome back to this second semi-finals of Crucial by Micron presents iFlicks Community Clash, powered by Zotac Gaming, and we had a hell of a dominating first match from the side of Resh Gaming against Ace Ragnarok, right, Kaka? And I'm looking forward to this second match and what drafts they go for.
Yeah, I mean, Ace have to come up with a lot of changes, I would say, starting from the draft. But for the side of Revenant, I mean, that was a storm, essentially. 25 minutes, it did not look like they were in a losing position at all in this game. Yeah, one or two misplays coming out from, the individuals, but as a team, they were looking flawless in that game one. So Ace will have to change quite a lot. And as we spoke earlier as well in the draft, the Caitlyn looked pretty isolated, and it turned out to be exactly that. She could not really find herself in the game as well. And even for the side of the Diana as well in the mid lane did get 1v2 kill, but again in the game, not following suit, you get so many dive heavy champions, you lack out on the range, and then the Kai'Sa, the Viego, that's what they want. They want champions that come into you. So that's exactly what happened. And now Revenants Gaming looking strong and looking to get into the grand finals. We'll be jumping into the champ select. So let's see what changes Ace Ragnarok have made in this one.
Yeah, and this is going to be a do or die situation for Ace Ragnarok, right? They can't afford to lose one more game, so they're going to have to go all out in this draft pick overall. And instantly, the Yone has been banned, so W will not be able to be playing that Yone right now. They think that W was very good on that Yone. Especially his ultimates were on point, usually not bad that way. And the Jin being banned out last time, Revenants had banned out the Jin and the Leona. Leona should be the next ban if you're following the same step. But as you said last time, that Viego was also detrimental to Ace Ragnarok, right? So now they're choosing just to ban that out straight away. They're just doing target bans of the last game at this point. Maybe a smart move, but they might be leaving open some other picks that Revenants haven't shown yet.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I'm not a fan of the Yone ban. I didn't think it looked that strong that it warranted a ban, but it's something maybe they don't like playing against. So that comes in. Azine is not going to get his hands on the Viego. He looked pretty spectacular in game one. Was where he needed to be. Played really well. So I think that's a great ban. And the Oder, as we spoke about after the end of the game one, like that has to be banned, right? Zuko just looked pretty comfortable on that, getting the first blood, getting triple kill as well in the Rift Herald fight, and just being so annoying in the game. And Oder can be annoying in the top lane, so that gets banned as well. The Leona will come out from the side of Revenants, and look at this. They have stolen the Kai'Sa first pick now, and Ace Ragnarok are going to lock that for themselves.
Yeah, and now because Kai'Sa is being left open, last time Revenants had took it as their first pick, Ace Ragnarok not taking it as their first pick, and now the Tristana being picked up by Revenants. This can be that mid lane, also can be that AC, depending on how they want to play it out, and the Jarvan again coming in.
I mean, I like the Jarvan pickup, but that Tristana is definitely going in the bot lane. Potato Monster used to be a one-trick Tristana player, so he is going to pick that champion up, or one of his favorites, if not his favorite champion. So then has a decent matchup into the Kai'Sa as well in the early game, can go all in. So that's pretty good. The Braum comes out from the side of Ace Ragnarok. Now that's a blind pick I wouldn't have liked to see so early on. Usually you just want to see what the opponent support picks. But the Braum is going to come in, and so does the Nocturne. I like that against the Jarvan. You can have a great impact once you turn level 6. And yeah, I mean, looking good so far from the side of Ragnarok. But I mean, they shouldn't have picked Braum so early on. The Rel will get logged in for the side of Revenants though. So now the Braum is not a bad pick anymore. It is looking pretty good, so that all is well for the side of Ace Ragnarok again.
Yeah, so now much better draft selection from them this time. Yeah, managing to get the guys up from themselves, eliminating 3 of the major players of the last match for Revenants, right? In terms of champions that they had picked. Now the Lissandra ban once again coming out from Revenants this side. They've followed the same pattern basically of their banning phase. They have not been swayed anything by Ragnarok. They've been banning the same things, and they should be, right. They had dominated with these bans.
Exactly.
The picks are a bit different this time. They will have to be playing against that Kai'Sa this time, and they really also being banned out by Ace Ragnarok over here, trying to maybe limit some of the champion pools on this side of Revenants over here. I would like to see maybe another mid laner ban from Revenants over here.
Yeah, 100%. They should be banning another mid laner. I'm not too sure about the Irelia ban. Irelia is really bad into Nocturne and Braum anyway. So once you do decide to go in, you can't really come out. But Gwen gets banned from the side of Revenant. So that is not going to see the Rift right now. And as you said, Revenant's not changing much, only that last ban. So why fix something that's not broken? For them. So I mean, it's looking pretty decent for them. A lot of engage to follow up with each other. The Tristana can get those resets and jump around the whole map as well. So let's see if they decide on picking the top lane right now, the Revenants, and what it's.
Yeah, and the Vladimir being banned out also by Ragnarok as their 5th ban over there. Gonna be interesting to see what Revenants go for the pick here. Waiting for the last minute just to lock in that Orianna that we were talking about in game 1 that should have been picked maybe by the side of Ace Ragnarok as maybe their last pick, as some poking kind of thing from the side, given that the range was short. Instead, they had gone for the Diana at that time. It's going to be interesting what the counter will be in this lane, because W did manage to dominate pretty much lane, except for that initial early engage against the Diana. So it's a bit bad for him that side. Last time the Ornn was banned out, but because he is free this time, Ace Ragnarok choosing to pick it up for their top lane. Ornn going to be an amazing champion for that late game. Going to have the masterwork items for his teammates. Going to help scale them up a bit more, and maybe a brand
let's see if let's see if they get to that late game, because I am expecting a set pickup to come in here for the side of Zuko against that Ornn. Is a pretty good matchup into the Ornn as well, and yeah, the brand comes in, so which is pretty surprising. But the brand can go, everywhere, and the Cassante is going to come in. So I don't like that from the side of Zuko. He should have picked that set into the Ornn and just had his way. He did have a really good first game as well. But the comms have been logged in here, and Revenants look like they have a pretty solid draft coming in. Having a lot of CC, 2 tanks, 3 tanks as well, and a lot of range as well from the Orianna. So again, I would prefer their draft in this one. Not a big fan of brand mid, but again, it is such an obnoxious champion that that champion is going to deal damage regardless of where you put him, right? Support, AD.
Yeah, exactly.
You can play all 3, 4, 5 roles with him, so it doesn't really matter. So brand is really strong. But again, I would have much preferred something like the Syndra come in, because that would be so good for the comp. But the teams have been logged in, the comms have been logged in, guys. So we will be jumping into the game 2 pretty soon. And Madness, which draft do you prefer in this one?
This time I'm definitely going for Revenants this time, because the amount of frontline they have to protect those 2 damage from the behind, like Orianna and the Tristana. There's so much protection for them that this Tristana can just keep on getting resets and resets, jumps after jumps, repositioning to get more kills during team fights. Unless they get locked down by that Nocturne early on, and Potato Monster is a bit away from the Rel, or maybe the Jarvan that can prevent that Nocturne from one-shotting the Tristana, it's going to be a little hard for Ace Ragnarok to do anything in this matchup. That brand also not favored by me in mid. I'd rather see him as either a jungle or a support, essentially, because in the mid lane there's a lot of things, less mobility that he can do. But that champion's damage output is insane, right? Please nerf this champion even more. I really hate playing against brands in my games as well. But overall, this is how it is going to be looking down at this point. And also, yes, that set should have been coming in from the top side. Zuko he had seen that the Ornn was locked in, could have easily gone for that counter pick. He had that last pick for himself. Instead, choosing this Cassante, maybe overall for a team fighting composition, instead of dominating his lane and pressuring it that way.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, this game looks like both teams will be looking to get to that late game and then fight it out, unless there's a snowball coming around from the side of the Nocturne and Brand, or the other side. The Tristana gets really fed in the bot lane and then just has her way around the map. I think this game is destined to go past that 30-minute marker. So let's see what's going to happen. Again, one of these teams will be fighting against I forgot the team's name. I'm so
Phoenix
sorry.
Gaming in the grand finals.
Phoenix Gaming in the grand finals tomorrow. That will be a best of 5. So lot at stake right now, and it's just this is looking like a great match as well. Just can't wait.
Yeah,
for this to
definitely.
start.
Definitely looking like a great matchup. A little more balanced from both sides right now compared to what it was in the first game, right? According to how draft was. Ace Ragnarok do or die situation. They've already lost one game in this series, right? It's 0-1. 1-0 actually in favor of Revenants Gaming. They do have to win this match, and after they have to win another game just to qualify for this grand finals, right? So it's an uphill battle for them right now. They have to do a reverse kind of sweep in a best of 3 series over here, but it's looking a bit tough, because given how dominant Revenants Gaming were, they looked like a well-oiled machine. It was not just one winning lane, it was three or four more winning lanes that they had over there. They were pushing it across all the map. They got 3 aces in that first game itself, and I think even maybe 4Ks or 3Ks a lot in team fight. So it was a huge team differential of way how they were playing it around on the map. So Ace Ragnarok is gonna have to do a lot of work, put in a lot of work over here, and like you said, gonna have to try to go for that late game kind of scenario. Maybe have to try and scale up. Maybe not go for early skirmishes. We've seen throughout this tournament, all teams like to go for early fights, even if they're picking late game type of comps. So not recommended those early fights right now.
Yeah, I mean, that surprises me more than anything, right? If you want to fight early game, pick up the Elise, pick up the Renekton, get the LeBlanc in the mid lane as well, and just fight it out early. That way you can, end the game pretty early on. But yeah, I mean, both these teams are playing pretty safe right now. Locking in the late game comp, the On coming out, the Cassante, the Orianna coming out as well from the side of Revenants Gaming. So these guys are looking to get to the late game. So I don't expect a quick game unless these guys just decide to duel it out again. And we have seen quite a lot, honestly, in most of our matches, as you said, like rightly so. These guys do love their fighting, although the champions might be late game. They just want to battle it out in the early game and see who's going to take the victory.
Yeah, they just keep on fighting and fighting and fighting, never stop. And with that being said, guys, we will be heading into the game. This is the second game in this best of 3 series. It's 1-0 in favor of Revenants Gaming against Ace Ragnarok over here. And unlike an early invade that they tried to go for last time, they're playing it a bit more passive across the entire map right now, Kaka.
Yeah, and that's a very sexy Brom skin coming in. Look at that muscle man right there. He's looking pretty solid right there. So it's pretty great as well. But
Yeah, it
standards start
definitely.
coming out, no
Yeah.
invades, no shenanigans, no early game shenanigans coming in at all. Black Thief again getting the brush control, so he will be looking to get that early priority yet again. And let's see if the junglers do decide to start their buffs leashless. I'm hoping uh, Ace does so in this game at least, because Jarvan is very self-sufficient and he does not really need a leash as well. And there you go again for the blue side. They are going to leash for him. So again, not a big fan of this, guys. You really need to stop it. You lose a lot of priority in the bot lane whenever you decide to leash for your jungler, and I mean that champion can clear on his own anyway, right? So yeah, I mean that's gonna happen once again.
Again, they go for this. They did not learn their lesson from first game right now. The Rel is not looking in the third bush. He is in the middle bush this time. So maybe not going for maybe that jump potential that he does. He doesn't have a hook, right? Like he did with the Nautilus that he was playing. So just playing a bit passive over there. Again, this top lane, they just love to trade with each other early on. That's what we saw in the first match when they're playing the Gwen and the Udyr. But right here, the Orianna's pressuring Brand a bit more there, which is expected from early level 1. Now they both hit level 2. Black Thieves knows that he's hitting level 2 before the opponent team does go in here on the Braum, but I don't think they have the damage to do it. But they do burn the flash from the Braum over here. Braum choosing to burn
Yeah,
the flash instead of exhausting maybe someone just to save maybe the summoner spell with the longer cooldown.
I mean
But
this
yes, that
this
was...
comes down just because they leashed and they lost all the
Mm.
prio. I mean, you really need to stop that. Just have a look here, but Jarvan might end up going down here, not before the brand gets picked up from the side of Revenant Gaming, and the Jarvan does go down as well. But in the bottom lane, the Braum has died, and I mean we have it, we will sound like we just keep beating on the same drum
Broken.
again and again, but it's just, I mean, you can see the impact it has on this lane, right?
Yeah, it definitely does have impact. Only silver lining for Ace Ragnarok in that scenario is the kill went over to the Rel, not the Tristana. That's the only good point for them. But at the same time, in the mid lane, it was a 1-for-1 with Orianna picking up the kill on the Brand over there. And the Jarvan falling down to the Nocturne. Orianna also having to burn her flash just to run away from Nocturne towards the end of that 2v2 skirmish over there. So all in all, Revenants Gaming coming out ahead in the kills board right now, 2-1, and Zuko putting a lot of damage on this Ornn in the top lane right now. Ornn does have TP to come back to reset, probably going for that recall into that TP right now. Jarvan is pinging for maybe his scuttle, but in the mid lane, the Brand's flash was not burned, so Brand can feel still pretty safe on the way he is, unlike Oriana, whose flash has been burned.
Yeah, but I don't think the Oriana's, at a lot of under a lot of threat, especially from the Nocturne. The Jarvan can really punish that flash if he had gotten, but the Nocturne does not really have a lot of avenues to gank the mid lane before he turns 6. The Jarvan is going to find himself in the bot lane, so let's see what happens here. The Kaisa has to burn a flash, but the
This Braum does not have
poor
flash.
Braum gets caught yet again, and the kill will go to the Jarvan. And yet again, his flash was burned so early. He keeps on getting punished for that. Second death for him. Azan very smartly pathing towards that bot side, picks up the kill, and again, Revenant Gaming just looking so strong, already 1000 gold ahead.
Yeah.
Feeling very comfortable all around the map.
Yeah, definitely, and because I mean, I'm gonna honestly sound like a broken record. Just because of that one leash over there, this is what's happened in the bot side. That early level 2 prior coming for Potato Monster over there. But hold up, hold that thought. The Ornn going in on
Zuko's
the
fine,
Kazante. He walks away. But I was seeing maybe if a flash or something was gonna get burned. Does not
Yeah,
get burned, but look at this. This Brand does have his flash, and that's what we talked about. Flash being burned by the Rel. Jarvan having to free go in, but does get traded over there by the Brand, and the kill going over to Oriana. Nocturne just coming in here to show his presence. Nothing that he can actually be doing over here. But as we were saying, level 2 prior, got by Potato Monster, Black Thief over there. Rel jumps in on the Braum. Braum gets caught out, has to burn Flash, right? After that Flash being burned, does even go down once more against under that turret. And then we
and
see it
just
right
look
here,
here,
Braum
right?
without Flash.
Yeah.
Nothing to
Every
do.
time Braum missteps, like he is going to get punished right there from the Rel and Tristan. And it's supposed to be a better matchup for the Braum. And in the mid lane, although the J4 went down, you did get the kill onto the Brand and burned his flash as well. So I would call it worth if they can look to punish that flash. Brand not having flash again. But the Oriana looking so strong, has the Lost Chapter, has the Amp Tome as well to her name. Has hit level 6 as well, so she can look for some solo kills as well. Braum stepping up Nocturne with a beautiful pathing coming in, and the Rel might go down. Let's see if that happens. No, they are pretty safe inside that turret. Well played from the side of Revenant Gaming, and Tarzan looking a bit out of place right now. I mean, he has to hit that level 6 to have any kind of impact in this game.
Yeah, and that is all that was there. Nothing you can be doing. Absolutely ending his life, and he's just going more advantages for Revenants Gaming overall. They do have the goal lead, as you said, around almost 2k at this point, around 1.8 to be more precise. And they're just pushing around everywhere, non-stop fights going on. And we had talked about them wanting to maybe play a bit more passive here, given both teams' comps. But as we could see, as always, the aggression is being shown. SCN going for it on the grubs over there. Dark Lord pushing him out of
Archie
it.
is wasting so much time trying to punish the Cassante who's trying to take the ward. Like he is going to lose a wave for it in the mid lane. Now with his pathing might end up dying as well, as the J4 is lurking around the corner, has the ultimate as well. Loses more than a quarter of his health right there. And just very suspicious pathing coming out from his side. But look at the top lane CS differential as well. Zuko is having a field time in the top lane, 60 CS almost to 35 of Clown Shot, and Zuko is just establishing his dominance in the top lane yet again.
Yeah, definitely just stomping his way around here, showing who is the boss of this top lane. Huge in his fan. Look at this Black Thief again, just waiting in this bush. This man
It
is
feels like Black Thief
bush
has been in that
camper.
brush for the last 8 minutes, man.
I think this man just lives in that brush right now, man. He's just accustomed to it. He's made his house there, made a bed there. He's like, I'm gonna sleep here till the enemies get here, then just jump on them from here itself. He's always ready for that, and he's giving his ATC pretty much a substantial lead over here in terms of CS, at least against Blue Storm. Maybe not in kills at this time, because he did take that early kill for himself, not intentionally, but
and
that's how it goes sometimes in the game.
Yeah, pings going on towards the top side. So the Nocturne is looking to use his ultimate towards the top side of the map, but Zuko does have his flash. He uses it, but might end up dying anyway. A beautiful gank coming out from the side of Ace, and they will secure that kill. The On will be the benefactor of that, and I mean that's the strong point of Nocturne as well, right? But I think they have overextended a bit right here. And as you can see, the Rel, Orianna, Jarvan, all three of them making their way towards this top lane, can and will probably end up getting 2 kills, and a huge punish coming out for the side of Revenants Gaming. And what looked like a great play from the side of Ace has been turned on its head, and Revenant Gaming yet
Absolutely.
again getting the better of it.
Yeah, as you can see here in this, Zuko is being targeted. There were pings coming in. Ornn ult into the Nocturne ult coming on Zuko. Zuko does flash away, but still gets himself down. At the same time, if you can see in the picture below us, there are fights going on over there. That's again another wipe for Revenants Gaming. They're just getting, and the Punisher in the bigger picture up top was Ace getting punished for that 1 kill there. 2 kills going in favor, so it's a 1 for 2. 2 for 1 in favor of Revenants Gaming there, but at the same time they get 2 kills near that grub pit right here towards the bot side. So all in all, Revenants Gaming again running away with it in the early stages. It's been 10 minutes, it's been 11 kills itself already. Potato Monster getting in for some early trading potential. They're maybe looking to go all the way. Kaiser using his ult to run away. Potato Monster ulting him also away, but I don't think there's anywhere for this Kaiser to go. Kaiser, you are dead! Yes, and he goes again to Black Thief this time.
Yeah, burns his cleanse as well. And again, as we spoke about in Champ Select, Potato Monster knowing his way around this Tristana and just makes Blue Storm, pay for his mistakes right there. And I mean, yeah, in the early game, Orianna finds herself so ahead. 10 minutes, 91 CS, has the Luden's Tempest completed as well. So she's looking so strong in these team fights now. The brand will be so out of place, can get one-shotted by this Orianna who's so fed. And again, that Rift Herald fight, or the fight at least near the Rift Herald, has been Ace's nemesis for 2 games in a row, it seems like. And such a huge goal lead, 4,000 goal lead at 11 minutes for Revenant Gaming. They're looking strong in this game too as well.
Yeah, they've definitely taken even a bigger lead at an earlier point in the game, right? It was around the 15-minute mark last time when they had gone ahead. But now they've just been pushing it aside so early on. It's around a 4K goal lead already at 11 minutes. A huge number. It's going to be 12th minute of the game going on. This Orianna, as you said, is massive right now. Ahead in CS, ahead in kills, 303. Already has a bounty of 300 gold on her head. They are doing no wrong from the side of Revenants Gaming right now. And they are showing the skill difference between them and their opponents. They are telling their opponents that, hey, we've come here. We're going to finish this as a 2-0. The way it's going.
Yeah, and the brand might end up going down here if the Orianna decides to use her QRW combo right there. Will at least have to burn his flash to get out of there, but the Nocturne is lurking in the shadows, looking for Orianna to go all in there. And just look at him, just patiently waiting to use his ultimate whenever he can. The Dragon is going to get started from the side of Revenant Gaming, and the brand again gets chunked so hard. That was a bit delayed from the side of Orianna, who will end up paying for it with his life.
That's that's a dead Orianna over there. Oh, the movement,
no,
the
he's
moves.
going to survive. And instead,
And
the brand is going to die because Black Thief is here.
Yeah, the Ignite just gets him. Black Thief has got 3 kills, and 1000 will also be going down here to the enemy jungler. Jay for picking that up for himself, and that's a free dragon here, Kaka.
Yeah, it's just a series of unfortunate events for the side of Ace right there, and this is looking so rough for them. It looked like Nocturne would be able to secure the kill onto the flash. The brand ends up dying for his mistakes. Black Thief picking up that kill as Zion comes in as well to finish off the Nocturne right there. And yeah, it's looking very bleak for the side of Ace, and Revenant Gaming again stamping their authority in this game too as well, and they're looking so strong.
Yeah. And that flash Q by that Oriana across into the bush seemed very delayed from my side. It gave time for that Brand to flash away. Maybe the
Yeah.
Q was still on cooldown. I don't understand why that did take place. But even then, Oriana does manage to get out. Nocturne does come on her. She escapes with just maybe by the skin of her teeth, basically getting that extra movement speed, running around over there, nothing happening. And we can see Black Thief just jumping in with that ignite, gets Dark Lord off that. Bates starts into fighting towards him. That gives time for the Jarvan to come in. And look at this, another ultimate on the Brand here. The TP is coming in from the side of the Ornn over here. Zuko might be caught out of here. Zuko does get to it, dash away. I don't think anything does come off this fight. The Ornn is flashing forward over here.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to end well for the side of Ace, and exactly Jarvan uses his ultimate. Oriana gets one more kill. The Kai'Sa's here with her ultimate, joins the fight in as well, but again a 4 for nothing for the side of Revenant Gaming, and the On just being so greedy right there, flashing and trying to
So
E the
greedy.
wall, does not manage to do so and ends up costing his team 4 kills. And look at the goal lead now. We are not even 15 minutes in. The goal lead is at around 8,000. So yet
Yeah, this
again,
is becoming a
Revenant Gaming,
bigger gap.
yeah, I mean, they are making it look very easy right now. Potato Monster is going to pick up the first turret of the game as well in the bottom lane, and that will just extend their goal lead even further. Look at the gold, I mean, shutdown bounties coming in for the side of Revenant Gaming. Everyone but Cassante uh, has that bounty on their head, and this
Yeah,
is looking like
absolutely.
it
And
is
Tarzan is going to
done.
be a bit dead over here. He was baited towards his Rift Herald side. He thought he was having a free pick. The Rel was waiting in the bush for him, and he is going to go down. Happen. That does
Yeah,
happen.
in the mid lane as well,
With this connection on my part.
the
But yeah,
brand goes
Rel
down yet again.
Rel was waiting for him in that bush, gets him done over there, and as you say, Brand also going down. So huge impacts. Now the Rift Herald going
Yeah.
over to the man. I don't see any way they can come back from this, Kaka.
I don't think they are going to come back from this as well. The Oriana especially finding herself so ahead, and it's such a great pick as well into the Kai'Sa, the brand as well, who are not going to outrange you. Can always find a great shockwave and TP
Brand
coming out from the
great.
side of Dark Lord RJ, but again, is it going to amount to anything? That's the question, and I
think
don't
that
think it
it's
will.
gonna
The
amount
brand
to
is
his
going
death.
to die. Yeah, I mean, every time they have looked to make a play, it has backfired, and that's exactly what has happened yet again in the top lane. Both the solo laners are going to find themselves, staring at that gray screen yet again. And 19 to 3 in kills. This has been domination from the side of Remnant Gaming, who are now 10,000 gold ahead at 17 minutes.
Yeah, a crazy gap already at 17 minutes. Huge difference in gold right now. And Black Thief has been instrumental in a lot of the setups that he's been doing in these kind of trap plays also. The way he's been setting up towards that Rift Herald side. He's gone for a lot of early engages. So excellent play by him. He has got 3 kills to his name as well. From the way he has been playing. But W a bit aggressive over here, but does have Zuko to back him up as well. And look at Potato Monster just free farming in that bot lane, not worried about anything. Rel is close by, they can jump onto this brand, but thinking better of it. Do not know where everybody else is, except maybe the Nocturne. Yes, only the Nocturne was not spotted out on the map. Maybe thinking that this dragon coming up is more of a priority than trying to get that kill on that brand in the bot side. So probably going to be setting it up for this. And because the brand had burnt his TP, does not have TP, Orange TP will probably be up around the dragon's timer, but it might be a bit too late for this team to do anything. Potato Monster going in dangerously over here, flashes forward, showing no mercy to this Kai'Sa, and showing her the gray screen as well. And just in time for this dragon to come back up, Kaga.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just painful to watch as well. I mean, Ace must be feeling so down after this game. This has been pure domination coming out from the side of Revenant Gaming. They will pick up their second dragon as well. The only reason I think this game is going on because The Baron is not yet on the Rift, and once that comes up as well, I think we'll be looking at Remnant Gaming making their way into the grand finals.
Yeah, it is honestly looking like the grand finals has already been set between Revenants Gaming and Phoenix Gaming right now. The way that it's been going on, right? Their jungler Tarzan is in that side. Brand is caught out, having to burn that flash just to get away. Over here, they're a bit deterred by this Braum and Kaiser being around, so choosing to back up. But Asian catching out Tarzan in
Why
his
is the
own
Nocturne
jungle
there?
over here. The Nocturne is in no man's land, ulting to the Cassandra to try and run away, but I don't think that's gonna work for you over there, Zuko. Sorry, I mean for
Why?
Cloudshot.
For Tarzan, yeah, I mean that's not going to work out. And Shockwave coming in, Braum flashes out, but his red buff is up, his golems is up. I mean, there's no point trying to invade when you are so far behind, almost 11k behind. But the brand is going to get that shutdown bounty. A lot of gold just got funneled into that brand, so maybe some sort of comeback brewing from the side of Ace, but I don't think that's going to happen. But again, you never know. The brand does get 2 kills for himself.
Yeah.
And right here, I mean, just look at this. The Nocturne, what are you doing there, my man?
The
This is
positioning,
not your jungle
absolutely.
anymore.
It's definitely not his jungle. He has so much of his own camps to pick up over here. And as you'll see in the bot lane, the brand getting not just 1 but 2 shutdown bounties on the Orianna and the Rel. So he picked up quite a substantial amount of gold over there. Only silver lining of what's going on. This Orange just keeps on fighting with Zuko, be it top lane, be it anywhere else on the map. They like to just...
I mean, Brand just went back and bought a full Rylai's scepter. So that's the amount of gold he picked up from that last exchange where he got 2 shutdown bounties for him of Orianna and Rel right there. So let's see. I mean, Brand, again, we spoke about it. He deals a lot of damage regardless of how ahead or behind you are. And especially with these 2 items and the ultimate, which he does not have. A beautiful shockwave right there. My god, that was beautiful to watch. The Nocturne comes in, is going to die as well. Zuko finishes off the on, and this is going to be a clean ace on the back of a beautiful shockwave from the side of W. Oh my god, that was beautiful to watch.
A 3-man shockwave, amazing play by W. He did TP in for that, did get it done. But and at the same time, Tarzan a bit too late to the party, just chooses to ult in late. Nothing that he can do over there. Also gets killed at the same time. They're probably looking for this inhibitor backing and probably going for that Baron and just going to come back and end basically the rest of this game. It has been 21 minutes, but it's been more. It's about 31 kills in 21 minutes time. We're going to get a replay of that shockwave.
I mean, yeah, look at that shockwave, and the Jarvan EQ pairs up perfectly with it. The On was the one who started the fight, but look at this. That was almost a 4-man shockwave as well. The On uses his flash to get out, but the Jarvan uses his ultimate, kills 2 people right off instantly. And this was just clean from the side of Revenant Gaming. 5-0. Ace coming out. They get the 2nd tier turret, they get the tier 3 turret and the inhibitor, and now they have their eyes set on this Baron. They are looking so strong. 13,000 gold ahead at 22 minutes. This is just a formality at this point.
Yeah, definitely a formality. Exactly by the way they're playing. As I said, back to getting this Baron, and there's nothing that you can do. I think you just let them walk into your base at this point and say, that's it, we cannot do much. They did try. I think that was the last fight that they could have gone for. But excellent wombo combo of that shockwave into the Dragon pull, into the Jarvan ult. Nowhere for the team of Ace Ragnarok to be running, get completely wiped out, lose their tier 3 mid turret and their inhibitor, lose the Baron as well now, and it looks like all 3 lanes are pushing in for that finale.
Yeah, and I mean, Revenant Gaming have looked even stronger in game 2
Yeah.
than they did in game 1. I mean, this has been so one-sided. The On decides to go in, might end up dying yet again. Clownshot not having the best of the game, uses the On horn to try to escape, but the Nocturne is here, uses his ultimate onto the Orianna, will shut her down, but is going to exchange his life for it. And right here, the Tristana had to flash out right there, might end up dying as well. A beautiful ultimate coming out from him, but the Kaisa flashes in and finishes off the kill. So a 3-for-1 trade coming out from the side of Ace, and Revenant Gaming just playing with their food right now, but I mean they pay for it heavily, and
Yep.
uh, let's see
Getting a
what
bit
happens.
over
Yeah, I mean,
cocky, right?
yeah, but this is nothing significant. I feel like, I mean, it's not
Yeah,
going to
true.
change the outcome of the game. The third Hextech Dragon comes in and is going to be picked up from the side of Revenant Gaming, and yeah, the game has stalled a bit now.
They have stalled a bit. They did lose the majority of the Baron buffs that they had picked up, right? They were a bit too spread out over there. The Nocturne ult into the Orianna. Nocturne gives up his life just to get Orianna, not bad over there. In the meantime, in their base, they got a couple of kills over there. Potatoes Monster was exhausted halfway through that fight, so he could not get the finishing touches on the Braum as well. But as you said, this is like a drop of water in the ocean of what is actually happening right now. Does not make that much of a change.
Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, like the goal lead is still 12k, right? That has not changed that much. It is huge amounts of money right now, and I just think the next fight is pretty much it right now. Given if even one member of Ace Ragnarok gets caught out.
Yeah, and we will be looking at one of those flashy plays coming in as well from the side of Revenant Gaming with the on the back of this Jarvan and Orianna combo. Like it's just beautiful to watch, and let's see how they decide to end this game. Although it has stalled out a bit, and the brand is now on the board as well, has the 4 kills, is going to get his Void Staff completed pretty soon as well. So I mean, you can't underestimate that champion in the
True.
team fight, especially if he can land his R and W onto multiple people. Then the Leandries and his passive burn is going to deal a lot of damage. So let's see if the if Revenant Gaming can play around it. Although they are, I mean, so far ahead, 12k gold ahead. The Shockwave comes in only onto the Braum right there, does not deal any damage at all. Clown Shot though is getting caught on the side. Tristana goes in, gets knocked up right there. And this fight is looking pretty good for the side of Ace right here.
Yeah, I think
The
Ace is
knock,
coming out on top of this. But
yeah,
I think we
and the
spoke too
brand is
soon.
still
Maybe the
alive,
flag and
right?
drag.
Yeah, we did speak too soon right there. And let's see if Revenant Gaming can end this. It looked, I mean, there was a silver lining right there in the fight as well. But when the Jarvan is so ahead and the tanks are so ahead,
Mhm.
I mean, you are going to lack damage to kill these sort of champions, and that's exactly what happened. Revenant Gaming yet again getting a 4-for-2 overall, but they are going to get 2 inhibitors of that fight as well. So a huge victory coming out for the side of Revenant Gaming in this fight.
Yeah, definitely huge. I thought honestly once that Tristana was dead, right, the amount of output from behind would be too less for Revenant Gaming to win that. But as you said, Jarvan is so far ahead right now. He's 12, 2, and 15. He is a tanky boy. Very hard to take down. That flag and drive into the base, got a couple more kills, got 2 inhibitors off it, just backing off, and maybe looking for maybe the next Baron or next Dragon to end this entire series off the back of it. Because even
I
after
mean,
that fight did go in
yeah,
favor of Ace, right? They're still so behind in gold. No, they
that's,
didn't have
I
in
mean,
favor. Yeah.
it did go in favor of Revenant. Honestly, it was a 4-for-2 coming out for the side of Revenant Gaming. So I mean, it did not matter. It looked good, but
Hmm.
it wasn't to be for them yet again. So uh, I mean, now Revenant Gaming don't really need the Baron or Dragon to come up, but that would be the safer option. They can decide to stack up. I mean, Cassante is peeping inside the enemy base right now, so let's see what happens here. He has a
That's a
huge
huge
flank
flank by.
onto the Kaisa right there. Let's see if he can do something about the Nocturne is going to use his ultimate to deny vision, and on the top side of the map, Orianna is
Ooh.
going to, I think he's going to die regardless with that passive. Let's see what happens there. But kills the
No.
brand solo in the 1v1, is going to recall, has survived the onslaught from that brand, is going to look to TP in, and maybe we are looking at the end of the game pretty soon.
Yeah, true. The Zonia saving Oriana not from dying from that burn damage towards the end of that fight over there. Just about comes back with her life, does fall back, does not choose to TP in. So maybe they're not looking for the end because she's walking instead. Coming in here, Cassante is a little bit alone over here, but he is also very tanky. I don't think you can do much damage to him. Rel is looking for an engage from the side, not managing to get for it. And I think honestly they're looking for this Baron or Dragon to end it, right? Because the next Dragon will be their soul.
Or
The
both.
next Baron will be so much of a buff. Yeah, any or both. Yes, honestly, or both.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean they are going to set their sights on that Baron. I mean the Revenants have great vision in the top side of the map, so that shouldn't be a problem to pick up that Baron. And Ace is moving towards that side right now, but the Oriana has teleport, so she is fine pushing towards that bot lane. Now let's see if a fight erupts right here. The Rel is going to find the Brom, who is going to run away. Nothing doing right there. Oriana looking to get a cheeky kill onto the brand, but it's not going to happen. The Hextech Soul is going to come up. Revenants Gaming is going to pick that up. And hopefully they are going to end the game with both of these buffs now, because they have been so ahead for the last 10-15 minutes but have not been able to close out the game.
Absolutely, what you're saying is completely right here, Kaka. Now with both of these things that they have picked up, both the Baron and the Hextech Soul, I think this is where they look to end it. Because look at the minions in base. Kai'Sa is going to have to go there to pick them back up, so you don't have your ADC here for the fight. If this brand goes down essentially before he even gets his ult off, I think this is it. This is pretty much it without the fights going. Cassandra is looking for it. Rel is also going for that ult exchange, but Clown Shot does trigger that ultimate, just deterring Revenants Gaming a bit. Nocturne ulting going in. The Oriana does go golden. Nocturne is going to pay for that. Another huge engage by the Rel. He does get a triple stun pull over there, but this is it. This is looking like the last fight of the game. It is an ace for Revenants Gaming. Only Oriana going down. That also only due to the ultimate from Nocturne.
Yeah, and that is going to be the end of this semi-final as well. Revenant Gaming just looking so strong throughout, had a few struggles when it came to closing the game out, but they were consistently 15,000 gold ahead. And Potato Monster just playing flawlessly in that team fight, getting the triple kill, and they will be your second grand finalists. And congratulations to Revenants Gaming. They looked pretty spectacular in both the games today.
Yeah, definitely. Complete domination. What we thought they were dominating in the first map, right? First game, they dominated even more in the second game, but they took a bit longer with their lead as well, right? Couple of a little overzealous kind of plays where they had that dying of the Orion in the top lane and Potato Monster inside the base of the team, right? They honestly could have maybe finished this game 10 minutes or even 15 minutes ago, given how the state of them were, the way they were playing this out. But in the end, picking up that Hextech Soul, picking up the Baron buff, that's just too strong a comp right now for Ace Ragnarok to fight against at that point, and they are winning this series 2-0 for Revenants Gaming.
Yeah, 2-0 and not making it look close at all. So that was pretty dominant in both the games from the side of Revenants Gaming, who will be fancying their chances tomorrow against Phoenix Gaming, because they have looked so strong today. But Phoenix Gaming, no slouch either. They were looking pretty strong as well. They had the 2-0 for themselves as well. So it's going to be a great spicy matchup tomorrow in the grand finals, and it will be a best of 5, and I can't wait for it. So yeah, any thoughts, Madness, about the matchup that's going to happen tomorrow?
Honestly, a lot of thoughts about it, but just before that, guys, we just look at the crucial moments of this game before we discuss our final thoughts about the matchup for tomorrow. And honestly, this game did have a lot of moments, and most of them in favor of Revenants Gaming, like this Braum being caught out here without his flash again, Kai'Sa having to burn the flash to come back over this side, Rel burning the flash of Brand over here. Brand did get the stun onto the Jarvan, getting the Jarvan down as well. But overall, what can you say, Kaka, about this game?
This was just pretty one-sided. I mean, as you look at it, the Nocturne just could not find any sort of play where it wasn't answered. But I mean, right here in the top lane, I think they were out by killing the Cassante, but they stayed. I'm not too sure why they overstayed right there and ended up losing 2 kills. And it looked so good for W on the Orianna, starting off 3-0 and 3. And in the mid lane as well, it was a great fight. W surviving by the skin of his teeth. And again, it was turned, for the side of Ace, and 2-0 right there as well. So it was just a very unfortunate series from their side, getting so close to finishing a lot of kills, but could not do so. And in the end, paid for it heavily. This was the game changer for me yet again. Like On decides to go flash EN. The fight gets turned around completely from the side of Revenants Gaming, who picked up, I believe, 4 kills for nothing while Tristana was getting that bot turret. So that was the game-changing fight that came out right there. And I mean, after that, it wasn't even close. Revenants Gaming had their way around the map and just could pick up any objective that they wanted. This was a beautiful play coming out from Potato Monster, getting the solo kill onto the Kai'Sa, knowing his damage perfectly well. So he had Potato Monster has had a pretty good series in this one. All of them have, honestly. But in this game specifically, I think Azan was everywhere where he needed to be. As look at the KD as well. He did phenomenally well.
Yeah, as you said, knowing exactly where to be everywhere. This is probably the highlight for Ace Ragnarok getting this double kill here. This is probably the best silver lining that they're going to get, given how their team fights did go down. Over here, we'll see that amazing shockwave coming in from this TPing Orianna. Gets 3 people into it, Orin having to flash out afterwards from that flag and drag. Nocturne just coming in a bit too late, does go down as well. And this guy has nowhere to run. Prototype Monster even goes even forward for it. He's going to burst him down. Everything just not working for Ace Ragnarok in this series. And we said that they should be trying to avoid these kind of early types of fights, and they did not choose to do that, essentially, right? And look at this range of this Tristana, just free hitting this Baron from that far away right now, just due to her passive increase from everything going on. But this is also another point where the team of Revenants Gaming did get a bit over cocky, right? The Orianna goes down over here, and you'll see Potato Monster will slowly after that go down in the base over here. He does get exhausted towards the end of this fight between him and Kai'Sa and Braum. The exhaust comes in right here, not enough damage now to do anything. The Kai'Sa does flash forward after getting ulted away by Tristana, and Cassante also going down to the Braum in the base. But yes, as you said, that is the highlight. This was also another fight that looked like it was going in favor of Ace Ragnarok, but in the end does go into favor of Revenants Gaming due to that Jarvan being just so tanky, does not want to die. Does a flag and drag over into base shortly over here. So there's nothing that they could actually have done towards a later stage. There was just so much of a lead for Revenants Gaming, and they just took their sweet time to just walk it into base, essentially.
Yeah, and once the Cassante and the Jarvan get ahead, like it's so tough to kill these tank champions, right? And this was the final fight. I mean, just look at the Tristana right clicking onto the on and all these champions. Like he was untouched throughout the whole fight, and I mean, getting the Hextech Soul as well on the back of 3 Hextech Dragons, the Baron buff. This fight was never going to be close anyway. And Revenant Gaming taking game 2 again in a dominating fashion. Our second grand finalists. And they will be fighting for that 25,000 winners money tomorrow. So getting the match summary quickly. 11 turrets to nothing. 4 Drakes to 1. Void Grubs 3 to nothing. So again, as we've said multiple times before, it's just a very dominating game coming out from the side of Revenant Gaming.
Yeah, definitely. Look at the goal difference. Almost 20k in goal difference at that point of the matchup. Huge differential there. And 4 Drakes to 1 Drake, 3 Grubs, 1 Herald, 2 Barons. They had to get that last Baron plus their soul of their Drake just to come towards the end of this match, just to just rub it in, I guess, in the face of Ace Ragnarok, how they've played this matchup. But that's what I like to see here, right? Revenants Gaming getting that 11 towers to nothing reminds me almost of yesterday's matchup of what Phoenix Gaming did, where they also got 11 towers to almost nothing. So this is going to be a very tight matchup in the grand finals, given what Revenants Gaming have done in this showdown of dominance. Both teams have utterly dominated their opponents in both the semi-final. So this grand finals is going to be one hell of a game.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for it. Let's see what happens there. Both these teams looking so strong and just touching on that crucial MVP. I mean, it has to be the Jarvan, right? I mean, he was everywhere. I mean, it is going to be him. 13, 2, and 19 is absurd for a jungler. 16k gold, 682.75 damage per minute, 6.8 CS. I mean, this guy was everywhere where the action was. So the props to him, Azine doing really well on this champion. May warrant a ban tomorrow. We're not sure. Let's see what happens. But congratulations to him for performing so well.
Yeah, definitely we'll try to warrant a ban for him, especially how he's played it in both games. Honestly, he's been playing this really well. And at the end of the day, this Jarvan did get his team ahead in a lot of objectives, and he got so many kills. Like you said, 13, 2, and 90 is absurd for a jungler at this level of gameplay, the way he's been playing it. So I cannot wait to see what he can do tomorrow and the rest of his champion pool if this Jarvan does end up getting banned out. But overall, a very dominating performance by Revenants Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, we'll give them their flowers. They did really well today, but tomorrow is going to be, it's not going to be as easy as it was today, and
Yep.
they are facing a team of the same caliber tomorrow in a best of 5. So let's see what happens there. We both are so excited to see that matchup, and I am not too sure who's going to win in this one. Madness, you casted both the series. Who do you think has the upper hand tomorrow?
Honestly, if I'm going to just talk about just draft pick potential, right? Phoenix Gaming is draft pick is on another level. The way they have been draft picking, like the first game they draft picked, right, was complete CC, just CC, just CC on CC on CC. They did not let the team move, and the second game they just went complete damage. Okay, so they can do it. They're flexible that way. So I'm going to be interested in how the draft phase goes tomorrow if I call anything. But honestly, the way I've been seeing it, I would be thinking Phoenix Gaming has a slight upper edge right now because they even had the time to rest. They had the time to even scout out this team right now in this match. Hopefully, they're watching this match and seeing what's going down. And with that being said, guys, we'll be showing you the brackets and we'll show you what led us up to this point.
Yeah, so just having a quick look here. I mean, both these teams are undefeated coming into the grand finals. Phoenix Gaming versus Revenants Gaming. I mean, it's going to be a great one. Again, in the single elimination, the margin of error is so low, but both these teams have looked flawless so far. Coming into the grand finals, and that is going to be held tomorrow, guys. So do tune in for that one as well. We are going to be live at the same time tomorrow, and this promises to be a great series. And if I remember correctly, we both casted the last grand finals in the community clash last week, and that went to all 5 games. So maybe more of the same tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be exciting to go for all another 5 rounds there, Kaka. It'll be exciting overall how it should be going. And also, guys, make sure to check out our event on our LOL India IN and SA Discord server. Link in the description below. It's called Summoner Spotlight. And you might be asking, what is Summoner Spotlight? Summoner Spotlight is basically you having fun in games, getting your amazing plays off, and then just simply clipping it and sending us your clips. And based on your clips, we will be gifting you epic skins if we think they are one of the best around for the rest of the clips that have been shown. So for more details about this event, please head over to our LOL IN and SA Discord server and check out more details about this event. And there will also be a voting system.
In that as well. Yeah, I'm gonna participate in that as well, sending my own clips to get the chance to get that epic skin as well. So guys, do participate in that.
Yeah, that's going to be an amazing thing. One more thing also, guys, it's not that we're going to be deciding whose clips are best. You guys will be voting for whose clips are best. So it's going to be a complete fair and judge system, right? Whoever you think is best will be getting that skin. So you could be helping your buddy get a skin as well. So maybe go for that. With that being said, guys, we are ready for these grand finals tomorrow. Amazing teams have not dropped a match against each other. Phoenix Gaming versus Revenants Gaming, 6:30 tomorrow, and it's going to be a best of 5, Kaka, and I can't wait for it to go all 5 rounds.
I mean, yeah, I can't wait for it as well. Both these teams undefeated, looking flawless in their way to the finals. So this is going to be an epic matchup as well. The finals, iFlicks Community Clash finals tomorrow. I mean, can't wait for it as well. So Yeah, happy.
And that being
All right,
said, guys, that will be it from us today. This has been me, Madness, alongside Kaka, and we had an excellent game and cannot wait for tomorrow. So, you guys be sure there for 6:30 tomorrow when we will be back with the grand finals.
When are you gonna upgrade your system? Alright, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
You were right, Kate. My sister is gone. There's only Jinx now.
I want to tear that laugh from her throat forever.
I'm ready.
To return peace to this city, you must declare martial law.
Topside is the real enemy. You have the chance to rally the Undercity together. You're a symbol. So what are you planning?
Watch it all burn.
You felt it, haven't you?
The arcane is waking up.
Sometimes taking a leap forward means leaving a few things behind.
This has to end. Then
Taking up my